January 2026 arrived differently. The air is different. You are different. What if I told you that what you're feeling isn't madness or typical Taurus anxiety, but rather your body acknowledging a truth your mind still refuses to accept? I'll be straight with you from the start. This month isn't about silly New Year's restarts. It's not about the gym, diets, or empty promises you abandon in February. January 2026 is about something much bigger and much more real. It's about the universe stopping in front of you and saying, it's over. The time for pretending everything is okay is over. The time for postponing the inevitable is over. The time for living half the life you came here to live is over. And that's not a threat. It's liberation. Look, I know you like security. I know change scares you. I know you prefer the painful familiar to the promising unknown. It's in your nature to seek stability, to put down roots, to build something solid. But what if I told you that the very thing that gives you security is killing you inside? What if I showed you that you've confused stagnation with stability? What if I revealed that this January is here precisely to shatter that illusion and show you what's truly possible when you stop holding on? We're going to activate memories you've buried. It's going to trigger alerts you've turned off. It's going to poke at wounds you swore you'd healed, but only covered with layers of everything's fine. And yes, it will hurt, but it will hurt the way it hurts to pull out a thorn. It eases afterward. January 2026 arrived loaded with endings you've been postponing, loaded with beginnings you've been dreading, loaded with truths you've been avoiding. And the craziest thing about all this? You already knew. Deep down, way down deep, you always knew this month would be different. Maybe you couldn't explain how or why, but you felt it. You felt it in the last weeks of December when you looked at the calendar and saw January approaching with that different weight. You felt it when you woke up on the 1st and realized that something had changed inside you overnight. And you're feeling it now as you read this, because every word is confirming what your intuition was already screaming. But let me ask you something very direct. Why are you so afraid? Seriously, stop and think about it. What scares you so much about the idea of change? Because it's not the change itself, is it? It's losing control. It's not knowing what comes next. It's having to let go of what you know, without any guarantee that you'll be able to hold on to something better. And Taurus, that's understandable. But it's also your prison, because you've been living in a cage that you built yourself and called home. And you're so comfortable in that cage that you've forgotten what it's like to fly. This January is here to remind you, to show you that you weren't born for safe mediocrity. You weren't born for a lukewarm life. You weren't born to wake up every day and feel that inexplicable emptiness while going through a routine that no longer excites you. You were born for intensity, for passion, to build something that truly matters. But at some point you traded all that for stability, for predictability, for not taking risks. And look where that has brought you. Now look around at your life. Really look. Not with the eyes of someone who's used to it, but with the eyes of someone seeing it for the first time. How many things do you keep there just because they're already there? How many situations do you endure just because change would be too much work? How many people do you keep around, not because they make you feel good, but because they keep you company in your comfort zone? And most importantly, how long has it been since you felt that thrill of truly being alive? Because that's what January 2026 brings back for you, that nervous feeling, that sensation of being on the edge of something big, that fear mixed with ecstasy you felt when you still believed that everything was possible, before you convinced yourself that big dreams were for other people, before you accepted that that's just how it is, before you gave up on yourself without even realizing it. And here's the part that will really get to you. You have no choice. I know you like to think you do. You like to think you can keep controlling everything, that you can postpone it just a little longer, that you can negotiate with life, but you can't. This January arrived with a force that doesn't accept negotiation. Either you move or you are moved. Either you choose the direction or life chooses for you. And between these two options, which one puts you in control? and I already know which one you'll want to choose. You'll want to hold on. You'll want to control. You'll want to make everything go back to normal. But Taurus, what if normal is exactly the problem? What if what you call stability is actually stagnation in disguise? What if the universe is knocking these things down not to punish you, but to set you free? Think about it. How many times in your life have you held on to something that had already died just because you were afraid of being alone with the emptiness? How many times have you stayed in a job you hated because at least it paid the bills? How many times have you maintained a lukewarm relationship because it was better than being single? How many times have you betrayed your own desires to keep the peace, to avoid causing problems, to avoid disappointing others? January 2026 is here to put an end to this, to show you that you deserve more, that you are capable of more, that there is life beyond mere survival, that there is joy beyond the absence of pain, that there is love beyond convenient companionship, that there is purpose beyond automatic routine. But be warned, this won't be pretty. Transformation never is. It will be messy, it will be painful. There will be moments when you question everything. There will be sleepless nights where you wonder if you did the right thing. There will be days when you want to give up and go back to your comfort zone. And in those moments, I need you to remember this: temporary discomfort or permanent unhappiness. Choose. Now let me tell you something no one talks about. This January is also bringing new people into your life, but not just any people. People who will challenge you, who will show you mirrors you don't want to see, who will ask you uncomfortable questions, who won't accept your excuses or your half-truths. And you can avoid these people. You can keep your distance. You can be polite but superficial. You can create barriers. But if you do that, you lose the opportunity to grow. Because these people aren't necessarily coming to be your friends. They're coming to be your teachers, to show you parts of yourself that you've hidden, to challenge you to break out of your routine, to remind you of who you were before you gave up on your dreams. And yes, this will be uncomfortable. It will affect you, but that's exactly why it's important. And there's something else. January 2026 will force you to look at issues of money and value. Not just literal money, but how much you value yourself, how much you charge for your time, your energy, your talent. And most of you Tauruses are charging very little. You're selling yourselves cheap. You're accepting crumbs while delivering banquets. And this month will throw that in your face in a way you won't be able to ignore anymore. Maybe it's a job offer that pays less than you're worth. Maybe it's someone asking you for a favor that drains you but doesn't reciprocate. Maybe it's you realizing you're giving 100% in situations that give you 10% back. And when that happens, you'll have to make a difficult choice. Continue accepting or start demanding what you deserve. And spoiler alert, the second option will make you lose some things, but only those who weren't valuing you anyway will lose out. Look, I know you're tired of hearing about getting out of your comfort zone. I know it's become a cliché. But cliché doesn't mean it's not true. You're comfortable in your unhappiness. You know this pain. You know how to deal with it. You have strategies to overcome it. And that gives you an illusion of control. But what about the pain of growth? You don't know that one. That one scares you because you don't know if you'll be able to handle it. You don't know if you'll survive. You don't know if you'll be able to get back on your feet if things don't work out. But here's what you need to understand. You've already survived 100% of your worst experiences so far. You've been through things you thought would destroy you, and you're still here. You are stronger than you think, more resilient than you believe, more capable than you allow yourself to be. And January 2026 will prove it to you, not out of kindness, but out of necessity. Let me ask you a question that will really get to you. If you died tomorrow, would you die in peace? Or would you die with a huge list of what-ifs and should-haves? Because the life you're living now, this safe, controlled, and small version, does it truly satisfy you? Or are you just surviving, hoping that one day things will get better on their own? This January is here to wake you up from this waiting, to show you that things don't get better on their own. that no one will appear to save you, that Prince Charming doesn't exist, and if he did, he would be looking for you while you're living your best life, not waiting for him to give meaning to your existence. That the perfect opportunity doesn't fall from the sky, that you need to create your own luck, build your own life, save yourself. And when you understand this, when you truly absorb that it only depends on you, something changes. The fear doesn't disappear, but it loses its power. Because you realize you have two options: act out of fear or not act and live with regret. And between those two, regret hurts infinitely more. Because the fear passes, the regret remains. Now comes the practical part. What do you do with all this information? How do you navigate this January without freaking out? First, accept that it will be chaotic. Stop fighting the change and start dancing with it. Second, pay attention to the signs, to the recurring conversations, to the thoughts that won't leave you alone, to the opportunities that appear even if you haven't looked for them. Third, act, even if you're afraid, even without having all the answers, even without knowing if it will work out. Because you know what's worse than trying and failing? Never trying and spending your whole life imagining what could have been. And you, Taurus, have too fertile an imagination to waste it fantasizing about parallel lives instead of living the one you truly have. And there's a brutal truth that needs to be said. Some people in your life aren't going to like this new version of you. They'll miss the predictable Taurus, the Taurus who always said yes, the Taurus who put everyone else before himself. And they'll try to make you feel guilty. They'll say you've changed, that you're different, that you're not the same anymore. And you know what you answer? Thank God, because you shouldn't be the same. Growth means change. Evolution means letting old versions die. And if someone loves you for the stagnant version of yourself, then that person doesn't love you. They love the control they have over you. And January 2026 will show you exactly who's who in your life. It will separate those who root for you from those who only use you. And that might hurt, but it's also necessary. Look, I could stay here filling you with false hope. I could say it will be easy, that it will be beautiful, that it will be magical. But I respect you too much to lie. It will be difficult, it will be scary. There will be moments when you'll want to give up. But it will also be liberating, it will be real, it will be yours. And in the end, when you look back and see what you built from the ashes of what you destroyed, you'll understand that it was worth every second of pain. This January also brings a rare opportunity, the chance to start from scratch without having to explain it to anyone. New year, new month, new cycle. People expect changes in January, so you can reinvent your life without having to justify it. You can change direction without having to convince anyone. You can start over without having to ask permission. Use this to your advantage. And you know what's even more interesting? You'll notice that some things you thought were impossible will start to happen naturally. Doors that were locked will open. People you needed to meet will appear. Opportunities you didn't even know you wanted will arise. Not because the universe has become your fan, but because you finally stopped blocking the flow of life with your fear and your control. Because that's what you do, Taurus. You block, you hold on, you control. And then you complain that nothing happens. But how can anything new happen if you're clenching your fists tightly around the old? January 2026 is here to make you open those fists. And yes, some things will fall, they will break, they will disappear. But others will finally be able to arrive. Now I want you to do something. Take a piece of paper or open the notepad on your phone and write, in January 2026, I choose, and complete that sentence. Not with what you think you should choose, not with what others expect you to choose, but with what your heart is begging you to choose. That which you have been denying, that which you have been repressing, that which you have been calling impossible just because it scares you. And after writing, read it aloud, speak to the universe, speak to yourself, declare it. Because there is power in declaring, there is power in taking responsibility, there is power in stopping hiding your desires as if they were shameful and starting to honor them as sacred. And here's a secret: this January is testing you. It's seeing if you're truly ready or if you're still just pretending you want to change, because wanting to change is easy. Everyone wants to. But being willing to pay the price of change, that's another story. And the price is high: comfort, certainty, control, external approval. Are you willing to pay it? Because if it's not the right time, that's okay. You can continue living your safe life. You can keep everything as it is. You can wait a little longer, postpone it again, convince yourself that it's not the right time yet. But then don't complain when in a year, or 5 or 10, you're in the same place, looking at your life and thinking, how could I let so much time pass without doing anything? January 2026 is now. The door is open now. The chance is now. And now doesn't wait for you to be ready. Now doesn't negotiate. You either take it or you lose it. And when you lose, there will be no replay. There won't be a second chance at the same moment. There will be other chances, other doors, other Januaries. But this specific one, with you being exactly who you are today, living exactly what you are living, this one is unique. And it's passing by with every second you postpone the decision. So take another deep breath. Feel the weight of what I'm telling you. Not intellectually, but viscerally. Let this truth descend from your brain to your chest, from your chest to your stomach. Let it make you uncomfortable. Let it poke you, because that's how you know it's real. That's how you know you've touched something true. And when you finish reading this, when you close this screen or exit this video, don't go back to autopilot. Don't pretend you didn't read it. Don't sweep this under the rug along with all the other truths you've been avoiding. Because January 2026 won't give you that option. It will keep poking. It will keep provoking. It will keep pushing you until you have nowhere left to run. So why not make it easier for yourself and act now? Why not take this momentum you're feeling right now, this momentary clarity, and turn it into action before fear returns and paralyzes you? Why not choose, for the first time in your life, to be the person who makes things happen instead of the person who waits for them to happen? This January will change everything, with or without your permission, with or without your cooperation. The only difference is, do you want to be the protagonist of this change, or just a witness? Do you want to control the direction, or just react to what comes? Do you want to look back and say, I did this, or this happened to me? The choice has always been yours, Taurus, and it still is, but the time to choose is running out. And when January turns into February, that window closes. So tell me, what are you going to do with the time you still have?